Oren.
Two questions. First, am I right in understanding that you cannot say at this point that the leak is definitely contained?
I mean, we're still reviewing it. It's still an ongoing effort here in this department. This is a criminal investigation. So again, the Department of Justice has the lead on that. So I would refer you to the Department of Justice.
And given the ongoing efforts to review and look at who has access to this kind of information, can you give us a sense of how many people have had their access restricted based on the efforts you've taken so far to review distribution lists and printing abilities and that sort of?
Yeah, so I can't give you exact numbers on like who has had access revoked, but what I can say is that we are culling through some of our distribution lists and who has access to certain information. That effort is going to be ongoing. It's not just going to stop tomorrow, and it's not going to stop after a week. This is going to be a long-term effort. And so while I can't give you exact numbers, we are taking steps when it comes to exactly what you said, when it comes to distribution lists, when it comes to printing access, when it comes to just access within SCIFs. We have to make sure that the service members or our civilians have what they need to be able to do their job. But it also we need to make sure that it is on a need-to-know basis. Yeah. Matt, sorry. Yeah.
Just to follow up on that, I wanted to see if you could say anything more about those efforts. When you say you're culling through distribution lists, and you talk about a need-to-know, is that process meant to determine, someone who might have had a need-to-know at one point and been part of a distribution list and had access to things, making sure that they still have that need? Is that part of the process? Can you explain that?
Yeah, it's part of an ongoing review. I mean, a very simple example would be a distribution list that has 10 people on it, and one of those people have left the organization, but they moved within the department and still have that email. So it's culling through some of those lists, making sure that people that are sent information actually need to have that information to do their jobs. But part of what this department is focused on is making sure that people have the information that they need to do their jobs successfully and be able to defend our homeland and our interests abroad.
Okay. And can you say whether some of those efforts are already being made? Is it just you're reviewing those distribution lists, or have some actions already been taken to that end?
No, actions have already been taken. Yeah.
Thank you.
Rio. Oh, and then I'll come back to Chris. Or do Chris and then Rio. There we go.